Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for frame by frame. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested requesting pretty much any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And Stranger 4 scored 9 hours ago. That's when Stranger Things Season 4 started. And we got 9 hours until this episode begins. Season 4, Episode 8. Again, we've had 9 hours. And still, it's just a build-up to the end. While you building up more stuff, you had 9 hours! I could yell more, but I don't want to screw up my voice. You had 9 fucking hours! 9 hours. I feel like when they do the Hitler meme, 9. 9 goddamn hours. Before this, you had 9 hours. You could watch Stephen King's It the miniseries 3 damn times. And did a full story 3 times. In the span of this. And then what happens in this, episode 8? Lead up to episode 9, which is the final, which is like 2.5 hours long. Jesus. This is laborious in its pacing and plotting. Yes, I get there are people out there that think this is a majestic show and it's the best season yet and it's wonderful TV. Good on you. I'll take True Detective Season 1 or other stuff over this any day. And twice on Tuesday. Yes, I'll give you, I like the cinematography. Has a really decent music. The actors' performances, for the most part, are not really the problem. Although the kid that plays Will, for some reason, the older he gets, the crappier he got in terms of acting. But I don't mind the actors of Steve and Max and, well, it's really her character I have an issue with, not really the performance of the Max girl. But Lucas, you have your Matthew Modine, you got Paul Reiser. The episode ends with a Journey song, but a little bit tweaked, which sounded pretty decent. But goddamn, was this episode, like a lot of this, for the most part, boring, way too long, way too slow. And you know, this goes to show, you know that old phrase people go, that you'd enjoy characters just sitting around talking, or on the toilet, or reading from a phone book, or you just take these characters and just watch them play cards and you'd enjoy it. This is kind of the thing with Stranger Things Season 4. I think there's a lot of people that enjoy the characters so much that this, almost to the point of what they're doing this whole damn season. Like, you needed episodes to be 70 minutes long, 75 minutes long, for this little of story, this little of progression, this really little of plot, if you think about it. That's what you needed at this point 10.5 hours for. And that's before the 2.5 hour ending. Give me a break. What happens in this 75 minutes? Or, actually, no. 85. Scratch that. It was 1 hour and 25 minutes. So, yeah. This shows where my brain's going. I wanted to be shorter. That literally my brain decided to do a bit of memento and scratch some things off. I was like, literally, Guy Pearce and Memento. Let me scratch this off and create my own prerogative, my own narrative. No, it wasn't. It was at 85 minutes. 1 hour and 25 minutes, so I even gave it the benefit to be 10 minutes shorter. It's not. 1 hour and 25 minutes. The last episode, Nancy was trapped in Freddy Krueger's world. Just that's what this character is. It's a wannabe Freddy Krueger, this villain, Vecna. It is. It's a wannabe Freddy Krueger. Why else do you think they had Robert Englund in a cameo throughout the season? Clearly a wannabe Freddy Krueger. You know what? Horace Pinker was better than that. Let alone this guy. A wannabe Freddy Krueger looking like a wannabe Hellraiser. So Nancy, you think is in trouble? No. Vecna just goes up to her and goes, "You tell 11 what's coming." And for some reason, Vecna can show the future. Now, there's a lot of questions with this opening. Like, in the real world, the kids are trying to find music, even though they have like 40 cassettes of music. Oh, we need David Bowie, we need this, we need music. And the guy's like, this is music. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, why don't you use any music? Wouldn't any music work? You literally have to, you're being picky on which music to use? Any music would work. Why are you being picky other than to have a crappy comedic moment? And that's the show, one of its detriments. It's like the last season, season 3. The whole world is in trouble. People are going to die. People are close and ready to die. But let's stop the show for 5 minutes so that Dustin and this girl can sing the fucking never-ending story song. Screw the fact that I didn't people ready to die and might die and close to dying. Let's stop to sing the never-ending story. Because reference and comedy. Let's be picky about music, even though any music would work, and you want to do it as fast as possible because she could die. But no, we need Bowie. No. And why does Vecna let this girl Nancy go? To tell... I mean... Why didn't he do that to Max? Wouldn't he know Max knew 11 as well? He can look into their mind. He can look into their dreams, nightmare, whatever you want to be, Freddy. Wouldn't he know that about Max? And if that's the case, why wouldn't he do the same to Max? You don't tell 11. Or you know what? Well, she's not as close a friend. Oh, really? They said they were in season 3. Doing their pretty girl, pretty woman shopping sprees. And she could tell the group. So, again, why is it that he's ready to kill Max when he could have, hey, tell 11 something? I mean, technically, if he killed this girl, he only needs one more victim, right? He only needs one more victim. That's what they explain in the plot. He needs one more victim to open the gates of hell, however you want to put it, the upside down world. He needs one more victim. So he lets the girl that could be his final victim go because plot said so. Oh, who knows who he's going to pick? Again, he had a victim right here in his hands. If he really wanted 11 to know, why didn't he tell Max? Earlier, in a couple episodes ago. Oh, just because we pulled out of our ass and we can't find a better way to write that Nancy escapes, and we can't do the exact same thing we did before where she listens to music like Max did and escapes again. So, yeah, Vecna just lets her go, even though he would have just let Max go and asked her to do the same thing he wants Nancy to do. And in this case, Nancy, I just thought of Freddy Krueger, Nancy. There you go. You can't kill Nancy. Well, actually, if it's Elm Street 3G Warriors, you can. So he lets her go because plot said so, even though he needs one more victim, and this would have helped him. I mean, if the guy wasn't stupid, now you made the villain stupid. Dick measuring contest. I could kill you, and I could open the gates of hell, and 11 ain't anywhere near here. So I kill you, open up, destroy the town. 11 isn't even here yet. And then you can do whatever the hell you want and talk to Eleven yourself. But I didn't. Let's let the villain be completely stupid. Because again, you know, I did. When people call this such a masterpiece, yeah, okay. I could deal with the first season of Stranger Things and maybe a bit of season 2. I didn't love them, but they were okay for what they were. This is bullshit. And then, for the most part, it's 3 road trips. Russia. The Russians are experimenting with all these Demogorgon creatures. They find a vent thing. They escape. They get to a place outside. A guy being very over the top, like comedic relief. This is my helicopter. I have not gotten it up. It's still a virgin. And then you pretty much don't see them anymore. Probably until the next one. Well, and yeah, not probably. This whole thing with Russia has been such a chore. It should not have even been part of it in the first place. You should have had David Harbour stay dead. It should have. Everything in this Russia stuff has been boring, slow, needless, uninteresting. Even people who've liked it have mentioned that the Russia stuff was boring as hell. Just added filler. So that we did what? Did we need David Harbour to have one decent scene, which I couldn't pay attention because they stole the music from The Hitcher? Fuck you, show. Get your own music. But there's still a lot of rock songs like Journey at the end of this. Then the stuff with Mike and Will. Argyle. Fuck Argyle. Fuck that stoner dude. He'd take a big Papa Roach up his ass. Light it. He could incinerate from inside out. Fuck Argyle. The only Argyle I liked is from Die Hard. Chilling in his fucking limo in the garage with his bear, relaxing, talking on the 80s phone. That's the Argyle I like. Fuck this Argyle stoner dude. You have a scene that is clearly meant for Will to talk about he's gay, but they don't say he's gay. Because Mike's talking about Will 11 love him, and Mike's talking about this whole thing, when you're different, you feel like a mistake. Cheers Mike up, then he turns, is crying out the window. We get it. That's like the only thing that you give Will. You've been possessed. You've been a plot point. Make him gay, okay? I don't care. And he's become like the worst actor of the kids. Just, And then they're driving. Jonathan, like the guy who's driving, he has nothing to do. Like, think about it. It's been 10.5 hours of screen time. Name 3 things Jonathan has done. The older brother. Even the one girl, Nancy, hasn't even said the name Jonathan. Weren't they supposed to be this big lovey-dovey thing for all these seasons before? That hasn't even been an inkling in her mind. Because they're putting too many characters. Actually, I can already guess who'll die, because you don't have someone die in the next one. I can already bet you who's going to die. I could bet you. Just they'll play it safe, but at the same time have someone die. Okay, I'm going to guess this. God, I already forgot the character's name. The guy into heavy metal he's the guy who's running the Dungeons and Dragons thing. Who's accused of crimes. He's the one who's going to die at the end, right? Of the season, right? Did I guess right? Do I want a cookie? Why do I say that? Because there's literally a moment with him and Dustin where they're having fun and okay, they make us really like this character. He's the sacrificial lamb of the group. Yeah, kill someone, but you don't want to piss your audience off. So Zach will be one of the main characters. Just if they killed off Dustin or Mike, people would be too super pissed. But at the same time, and if they're going to do that, they don't wait till the final one. They don't wait till the final episode to do that. So Max and Lucas get their moment talking. It's kind of like each person get their one moment. Max and Lucas get their moment to talk. Will and Mike had their moment to talk. Where Will said he's gay, but he didn't say he was gay. Steve and Nancy, when they're driving, they get a little bit of moment to talk. And a lot of it's 11 in this fucking bunker with Matthew Modine going through the same stuff we already did in season 1. Modine is a greedy, crazy prick. Thinking he's Papa. Saying you're not ready, let 11. Even to the point that they arrest Paul Reiser and Modine's trying to force 11 to do more stuff. 11 pushes him away. The military we saw in other episodes comes by. They shoot Matthew Modine. They try to kill 11. That's where Will and Mike and them come in their van. Guy in the helicopter they look over at 11, has the helicopter. Finally he's doing something. Crashes the helicopter. The one bit of action in like 10 and a half hours. And then she's reunited with them. Doesn't go to see if Paul Reiser is safe. I guess it's like, well, that's too bad. He's on his own. And if they're willing to kill her, maybe they're willing to kill Paul Reiser. You ever think about it? It's like, oh well. He would want this. And then the kids in Hawkins, they went to a gun store. Everybody's getting guns. Don't forget about that jock who's crazy because his girlfriend died. He has a moment. Which, do anybody really give a fuck about this guy, this jock? Fucking jock itch? Does anyone really give a shit? I'm sorry, I've said this before, I'll say it again. When you go through and you look at the story, and yeah, I know it's a TV show, but the way they do these nowadays, they're pretty much one long movie. And you think of it, you've been watching this movie for 10 and a half hours. What have you really gotten from those 10 and a half hours? Let's go through the character list. Jonathan. He drives. Nancy doesn't want to see him for some reason. Is there anything else? I dare you to think of anything else. Will. He's hiding in something. And then you might as well just jump to this scene here. Because, to be honest, Will has never really been much of a character other than a plot point. In the first season, he was kidnapped. In the second season, he was possessed. He's been more of a plot MacGuffin than a character. He's secretly gay. That's it. But they don't want to say it. Argyle, stupid fucking stoner dude. They should kill that character off. I try to stick with who's all in that group. Jonathan, Argyle, Will, Mike. Okay, Mike. Who is the star of the first season. He has like nothing to do within the 10.5 hours. He sees 11. She's mad that he didn't say I love you. And he's being a simp. What if she doesn't love me anymore? I should have told her I loved her. That's it for Mike. That's it for 10.5 fucking hours. Let's go to David Harbour. He's in jail. He's able to fight this Demogorgon. Survives. There's that one scene, decent scene, with the fucking Hitcher music they stole. Winona Ryder had so much stuff for her and her character in the first season. Now just a comedic. That's what tends to feel like, just a comedic subplot, sidekick, side plot. Subplot, side plot of boring bowel movements. That's what it feels like. And what else with the Winona Ryder? There's really nothing else. Steve, comic relief, and that woman where he got bit by bats, where she doesn't seem that affected by it, and the one guy they helped get the bats off him, and then he killed a couple bats. Max, I guess you could say she got more than the others, which, considering she's one of the characters I like the least, sucks to me. Because I never really gave that much of a shit about Max. I'm sorry, I don't. Problems, flashbacks of her brother, which I didn't give a shit about her brother in season 3. Memories of that. Almost killed by Vecna. Able to escape. At the end, she's going to be bait. Right, they really want Max to be a primary character. Fuck, Mike, fuck Will. Even, hell, fuck Lucas either. Lucas, he's pretty much there to simp for Max. Really. That's what a lot of these guys are here for. Like, a lot of the guys are there just to simp for the girls. Mike is there to simp for 11. Lucas is there to simp for Max. Will is there to cry about being secretly gay. Like, Dustin is like the only one not simping for something. Like, Dustin is really, Dustin is probably the character done the best so far in this season. Just because he's not just simping, he's actually part of the main group of Hawkins, where the main issues, really the main interest is in, because the other stories are fucking boring. So, like, Dustin's the only one, and the new guy, the leader of the Dungeons and Dragons, which I guarantee they're going to kill him off in the next one. 11, it's just the same shit you saw in the first goddamn season. Rinse and repeat. We already know this, we already seen this, we've already been through this. How many times do you need to repeat the same goddamn thing? And I know about repeating, because I do in every video, repeat shit. So I know how it is. Stop it. At this point, fuck this fucking show. Fuck this fucking season. I almost want to say this is worse than Season 3, because at least Season 3 felt like it was more shorter. It wasn't laboriously drawn out. It still felt like more happened. Now, it was stupid comedy, I didn't like it, but it felt like there was more progression compared to this. People say this is the best season. Teach their own. I have no idea what you're talking about, though. Sorry, teach their own. You're not wrong, just a difference of opinion. I don't think this is at all better than Season 1 or Season 2. I wish this show would end, because I'm honestly getting sick and fucking tired of Stranger Things being talked about. But, fine, you didn't talk about it. Let me take that back. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Over fucking rated. So, fuck this laboriously slow and slow ass show. Characters haven't done much shit. that haven't much progression. You think that 10.5 hours to be a lot more progression than this, and then to say like a little fuck you to the viewer. By the way, we know we took 9 hours to get here, but let's take another hour and 25 minutes to just build it up some more for your finale. Because you only had 9 goddamn hours to do it. Which honestly, in the hands of a decent editor, you could do it in 2 hours. At most. I bet someone could easily take this and make like a 2.5... I'll be lenient, 3 hour. I'll be lenient, 3 hour movie miniseries. And then again, supposedly the last episode 9 is 2.5 goddamn hours. Jesus Christ, dude. Way too fucking long. But that's the problem with a lot of stuff. Shows, movies, overindulgence. Over fucking indulgent. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.